Hello guys, welcome to this video. So in this video I will show you how to basically display the tabular data inside this library, which is React datasheet, which is actually a spreadsheet kind of a library where you can display the tabular data, and I'll be showing you how to make a complete editor out of this, something like a Microsoft Excel where you can add your tables and rows. So we actually have this data which is available when you load the page. We have a button as well where you can add your rows. You can edit all these column names. You can change the values here by clicking under the cell, and you can even add new set of data as well, like this. So in this way, it is actually a mini Microsoft Excel clone where you can add your rows of data by clicking inside the cell, and you will. So this is actually the package, and name of the package is React datasheet. So it's a simple React component to create a spreadsheet. You will see that. It also provides you with this demo as well. This is actually the command here. I've already installed it, and it's a basic data sheet. It's kind of a Excel or spreadsheet where you have certain cells and you put values right inside the cell. You can even control this using keyboard navigation as well, and you can even put formulas as well. So you can render a table, any sort of data as well. So almost 24,000 weekly downloads are there. So I will just show you a very basic example of using this module. So just make a simple functional component, and now to include this module we will just use the import statement. So right here we will import the CSS file as well of this package, React datasheet, and it is available inside lib react datasheet.css, and then we'll be importing the actual component, which is React datasheet. It should be coming from this package React datasheet. And now we just need to declare some state variables which will be required for this application. So grid, set grid, and here you need to specify what data that you want to display. You'll be using the useState hook, and inside this will be having an array of values. So you can have any sort of data that you want to display. I will have these data right here, which will have three columns: name, age, country, and it only will be read only. So you just need to provide this property so you can't edit the column names. Then we go to the rows. So it's an array of objects, each object each object containing this value property, and this is a cell value inside Microsoft Excel or spreadsheet. These are certain cells, you can see. So we provide a value parameter. And now to display this component, it's really simple. We come to the JSX part right here. So inside the div, we actually give it a style parameter, which will be a padding of 50 pixel. And we give it a heading here, which will say React data sheet example. And then we render this component, which is React data sheet. And it actually takes three options, whatever data that you want to display. The secondly is actually value renderer. So it displays the actual cell value. So when you click inside any cell, it will display the value you will see. Then the third value, if the cell's basically value is changed, then we'll be binding a function which will be responsible for making that change. Handle cells change. So we'll just define this function. This function will be responsible for updating the cell's value. So if you see, you'll have this component displaying. You will see it is displaying these three rows of data. These are particular cells out there. If I click on inside the cell, you will see it will be highlighted, and I will be able to change the value. So it is not updating it. We do need to write that function, which is handle cells change. So if I update any cell value, so the changes will be present inside this passed as an argument, so we need to update the value. So for doing this, we use the grid and the map function, and we need to update that value like this. So again, we need to loop through changes, and it's a function. It's actually this actually changes is actually an array which is passed. So we are simply using the for each loop, and for each cell, row, column, and the actual value, we need to simply update the value. So we are calling this. So essentially what it does, it actually updates the value whenever you change any cell value, these 3 lines of code. So once you now do, if you want to change this value and if you update this and click outside, you will see the updated value stays. So essentially now we can add a button if you want to add a new row of data. So we have a button outside this. We have binded this on click listener to it, add row function. So we just need to define, once we click the button, we will execute this function add row, which will be responsible for adding a new row in the spreadsheet of data. Just add a new row to the array. We will create a new row, and then we will using the set grid function to add to this array. So what happens is that you will see this button is added. So if you click the button, new set of data will get added. So here you can specify any cell value. So it's very great. If you want to allow the user to submit the data, you can have this editor, a built-in React.js component for this mini spreadsheet or mini Excel component for displaying the tabular data. So thank you very much for watching this video, and do check out my website as well, freemediatools.com, which contains thousands of tools regarding audio, video, and image. And please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well, and I will be seeing you in the next video.